Carlin, I understand that you recently found or rediscovered Betty's own fantasy journal. Would you share with us what you found?
It was from 2004. She had taken a summer vacation somewhere on the Great Lakes. Uh, and I was inspired to find it because one of our women seeking certification said, I saw this image in Betty, Her Life of Sex and Art at the end. And it was really exciting and it really turned me on. And I thought, where? And she goes, right at the end. So I watched the whole thing. And then at the end, I'm like, where is that piece of art? And I found the book. So it's a book of probably, I want to say 10 images. It might be a few more, a few less, but it opens with a self portrait. And it's Betty with her white hair and she has horns coming up, which should tell the viewer where this is going to go. This is Betty being very naughty.
Hmm.
And they start off very soft and then they kind of build.
Hmm.
Um, and it's Betty's genius because she could draw the body so well and genitals so well.
Hmm.
There's a lot of oral sex. There's a lot of anal sex. There's a gangbang. There's gay sex. There's so many things in there that you look at it and you go, what is that? And then you go, wait, ah, threesomes. And you see everyone's orifices and you have to go, which one's the woman? Oh, I see. That's vagina. Oh, that's an anus. And I think what's so beautiful about it is kind of extreme and explicit, but in a very beautiful human way.
Hmm.
And I think that's difficult to do, to portray what we would see as extreme sex acts with
Hmm.
love and pleasure.
Yes. Yes. So Betty would like revisit this book, right? Like she
Oh,
had it.
if you made it into the inner sanctum and she trusted you and thought you were cool, we'd be sitting in her back room having drinks or a toke off a pipe, and she would say, hold on a minute. And when she pulled it off the shelf, that's when I knew. I was like, oh, this person is like, they've arrived, because she
Hmm.
was sharing her fantasies. And
Hmm.
she always said that as she aged, her fantasies got pretty extreme because you got to get that 85, 90-year old blood flow going. And I love that notion of like, yeah, I can be 88 years old and I can fantasize about a gangbang
Hmm.
where a woman's
Yes.
experiencing pleasure, and that can inspire me to have a hour-long self-pleasure session, right?
Hmm.
I mean,
Right.
that's remarkable.
Right.
And that's the power of fantasy and the power of erotic imagery.
So that was really Betty the artist. It was her inspiration for her art was sex, and her art inspires sex too. So and what I love about imagery is it just like sparks my own imagination, because then I can imagine what if I were a participant in that image, what it would feel like. I can make up my own story to go along with it if that's what inspires me the most. So, yeah, erotic imagery is so important, and Betty didn't invent this. You can find Greek erotic images. I'm talking like be like before Christ,
Anything you
Pompeii,
can think of, any sex act, the Greeks did it, the Romans did it,
right,
right?
right.
They
The
all had their
Japanese,
fun.
yeah, the Japanese, the
The Shunga.
Chinese, the Europeans, just exploring like throughout history. That shows that fantasy, that erotic thoughts are natural and normal and part of our life as a sexual being.